Caucus in the Gauteng Legislature has called on Premier David Makhura and the Community Safety MEC, Faith Mazibuko, to act against increasing criminality in the Johannesburg CBD. It comes after a large group of street vendors, believed to be foreign nationals, hurled stones at police vehicles yesterday afternoon. Now, the footage shows police nyala reversing after being pelted with rocks. At least 4 JMPD vehicles were damaged during the violence that broke out when police tried to confiscate, we're told, counterfeit goods. Now, for more on the story, we're joined on the line by the spokesperson for the Gauteng Premier, Vuyo Mhaga. Vuyo, thank you very much indeed for coming through. Look, no doubt these attacks on the police have been condemned by many. The rule of law can't be undermined, you would agree. On a point of clarity, though, who were the people involved in these attacks?
Well, the police had received intelligence information. So it was an intelligence-driven information that there were counterfeit goods that were coming inside the country. And obviously the police gathered obviously the necessary resources at the time that they thought to make sure that they are able to prevent that. And post the understanding on the ground what were the actual the situation, they felt that to prevent the loss of life, they must basically retreat. But the police will carry on to make sure that they bring stability in that area.
But the question for you is, have you managed to identify, look, there's reports that these were foreign nationals. Have you managed to confirm that?
Indeed, as I'm saying to you, it was intelligence-driven operation. So the police were quite aware what was actually happening and the way it would have actually happened, because they would have initiated it and observed it. It's when they were on the ground, they felt that there would have been a loss of life in terms of the retaliation of the community. That's why I'm saying that they had to retreat, but actually they'll make sure that they go back and stand their authority.
Look, no doubt you can't speak for the police, but what's your understanding? I mean, when we see a statement saying they tactically withdrew because they feared a loss of life, they would be bloodshed, as the statement says. Is there no middle ground here?
Well, you'll understand over a period of time in the country there will have been an issue that the police will have undergone to make sure that how they do policing, they must make sure that they minimize as much life as possible, but try to make sure that they do stability. So I've got quite confidence in the police that they will be able to then say what best way to make sure that they still maintain the law, but make sure that we've got no life lost, because that is very fundamental to the police.
We're just looking at these videos now currently on screen. Let's put it back up. In the videos that's going viral on social media, the crowds can be seen shouting and throwing stones at police. From the information, once again, that you're getting, what went wrong? What's the reports you're getting? Why weren't police able to get purchase on the situation? And what is the current situation at the moment?
Well, the situation at the moment is stabilized. That's the information that we have received. The cameras came back. As I'm saying to you, the police were quite aware what would have been, and I think when they arrived on the ground, in terms of the number of them that they will have sent there, but not necessarily at the time has been sufficient. And obviously, as I was saying, that the most important part, how best we make sure that you preserve lives while you still maintain the policing.
Look, this issue talks to a bigger issue with regards to counterfeit goods. Can the province of Gauteng stand up and fight the problem of counterfeit goods? Because as it has, this very issue of counterfeit goods has a potential to, well, destroy the economy, you would agree.
No, of course. It actually undermines the economy of South Africa, in particular, obviously, in terms of the creation of employment within the country. As I'm saying to you, the police were actually on point, understanding exactly that there were counterfeit goods that were coming in the country, and actually in terms of their policing work, trying to prevent that. So, and I think we must also emphasize that the people of South Africa must make sure that they work with us to make sure that the economy is running by not buying the counterfeit goods.
Which other organizations, other agencies, Vuyo, will be roped in to, I guess, lend some clout in order to put pay to this issue?
Well, I think they will be directed by the police. The police will obviously take a lead. My understanding that they will have to come back and sit and understand in terms of the broader security cluster what must basically happen and what more resources they'll need. For that technical work, I think they'll be able to provide the information for that.
We do know that the Gauteng Premier released a tweet yesterday. We have it. I want to put it up and read it to our viewers. David Makhura saying some foreign nationals who sell counterfeit goods and occupy buildings illegally in the Johannesburg CBD attacked our police with bottles and petrol bombs. This despicable crime against our state will never be tolerated. Is the Premier going to go to, is he going to go to the area where this attacks happened? Is he going to address the communities? What's his stance? What's his approach going forward?
Well, the approach really is to get a full brief also from the police in the province, and also to carry on to start revitalizing within the city center of Johannesburg to make sure that they are able to bring more livelihood around there, to bring more work that needs to be done there. You'll understand in terms of his state of the province address. He had actually said we must use some of these buildings for both residential area as well as for commercial space. So this is an ongoing work that the Premier has spoken about, in particular in his state of the province address.
Are the foreign embassies going to be roped in order to aid the situation?
Well, as I'm saying to you, that will be directly by the police in terms of that technicality and as well what needs to be done will obviously be driven by them because it remains a police matter. And we want to deal it as a criminal issue first and foremost, because there are many obviously foreign nationals that are within the country legally and that they are doing the job, but we must be able to eliminate the criminal element of it within them.
All right, spokesperson for Gauteng Premier Vuyo Mhaga, thank you very much indeed for your time.